Alright guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be doing a fun little comparison between two very popular triggers out there on the market today, the Geissele and the CMC. Now these two triggers are kind of completely different animals from each other, which is why I thought this might be a fun little comparison. The Geissele is a curved trigger that is two-stage. The CMC is a flat trigger single stage. So let's go ahead and take a look at both the trigger pulls, both the resets, and maybe if you're looking to get a trigger for your AR, maybe this will help you out decide which one that you want to go with. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Geissele first. And like I said, this is the SSA, and I know a lot of people use this trigger. I've used multiple of these in different rifles over the years, and it's a very, very good trigger. So let's go ahead and take a look at the pull. Both of these rifles are safe and empty, by the way. But we'll go ahead and take a look at it. Now, like I said, this is a two-stage trigger, meaning you are going to have a first stage, and then your break is the second stage. Now, this is a 4.5 pound total weight trigger, and meaning the first pull is either going to be 2 or 2.5. I can't remember which way that it is. So you're going to have your first weight, which is, let's call it 2.5. And then when you hit your second stage, that's going to be the rest of the 4.5 at the 2 pounds or whatever it is. So first stage, and then a nice light second stage. And we'll go ahead and take a look at the reset. Nice and short, but again, you're back at that second stage. And then there you go, right there. And the 4.5 pound, to a lot of people, is kind of that perfect blend of being nice, light, crisp, and a fun trigger to use, but also not being too light to where it can be a very good home defense option, things like that. So it's kind of the perfect blend that most people seem to like. So the Geissele SSA is a fantastic trigger. Now this one also is your standard two-piece, hammer trigger separate, kind of your standard style of trigger. So there's the Geissele SSA. So now let's take a look at the CMC trigger, and as you can see, this is a completely different animal. This is a flat face trigger and a single stage. Now, the CMC triggers are something that I am relatively new to. This is my first one, both flat-faced and the CMC brand, but I've got several hundred rounds through it with this trigger now, and I'm a big believer. I really, really do like this. So let's go ahead. This gun is safe and empty, just like the other one. Now, single stage, you're going to notice that there is no take-up. You're already at the wall, okay? So you're going to finger on the trigger, and boom, it breaks. Very light, very short, very crisp trigger. So let's go ahead and take a look at the reset. Again, super short, and you're already at the wall, and then it breaks again. So this is a trigger that can be used for many different things. It can be a very good competition trigger. It's nice and light. This is a 3.5 pound trigger, which I know some people are gonna say is a little too light for any type of home defense use or anything like that. Me, I'm kind of on the fence about that. The weights really don't bother me when it comes to that. If you keep your finger off of the trigger until your sights are on target and you've made the decision to shoot, then it shouldn't make a difference anyhow. But that's beside the point. But anyhow, this does have a nice, light, nice and crisp 3.5 pound trigger with no movement hardly, just a break, reset, break. So I am very, very impressed with this CMC trigger. Now, if you didn't see the install video I did, I will leave a card up in the corner so you guys can go check it out. But the CMC trigger is actually a one-piece or a true drop-in trigger, meaning that the trigger, the hammer, and the springs and all that stuff are contained inside of a little housing. So it comes ready. All you do is take out your trigger, drop this in as one whole unit, put your pins through, and you're done. So a very easy trigger to install. Now, putting a standard AR trigger in is not a hard task. I'm not trying to say that. Anybody who has any little type of experience working on guns can put an AR trigger in without any issues, but the CMC does make it a little bit easier, being all contained in one unit. And also the CMC did come with these anti-walk pins. You can see the screws here. These are separate. You have a pin that goes through. They are threaded. You screw these down and you have anti-walk pins that come with them. The Geissele does not, but it does come with its own pins that are nice and hardened and should last you a very, very long time. Now, the price difference between the two is another area where they are kind of different. The Geissele SSA standard price runs you about $240. Now you can catch these on sale. I did catch this one on sale. I can't remember what it was. It was under 200 bucks, I do believe. And so got this one for a pretty good price. Now the CMC, on the other hand, they're a little bit more affordably priced, even on their standard the standard prices. Now this one here is actually kind of a non-standard trigger. If you can see the shoe that's on there, that is actually a Landtac designed trigger shoe. CMC built the trigger. It's a CMC trigger, but Landtac, that is their design on the shoe. So this is a little bit different than the other CMCs, the standard CMCs that you're going to see out there on the market. Now, this one here, being kind of a specialty trigger, normally runs $210. So normal price to normal price. This does come in 30 bucks cheaper, and you do get the anti-walk pins. So, it is a better value in my opinion. And I actually got this one on a smoking sale from Primary Arms for $89. So, of course I had to jump on that. I know a lot of you guys out there who are watching, and other people who have channels picked one of these up as well, because that was a very, very good deal. I've never ever seen one of these Geissele's come down that much in price. But your standard single stage CMC triggers that are either adjustable for 3 to 5 pounds or a fixed weight, they normally run in the 160 to 170 range. So considerably cheaper than the Geissele products. And in my experience with the CMCs, I don't see any reason that that you shouldn't go with one of these, especially for the price difference. They're both high quality triggers. I'm not knocking the Geissele at all. Geissele makes fantastic stuff, but they are quite a bit more than the CMCs. So I think from here on out, in my opinion, I'm going to keep considering the CMCs. Until I have an issue with one, I don't see why you wouldn't save the money, still get an excellent trigger, still get all the stuff that you would want from a nice, high-quality, upgraded trigger with the CMC. So I'm going to stick with them. Geissele's still an awesome product. If you want a Geissele, by all means, go buy a Geissele. They make awesome stuff, and they do have a lot of different models. They do have the flat face triggers just like they do here, so they have a bunch of different options. But in my opinion, the CMC is a much better value, and you're still getting a fantastic trigger. But anyhow, guys, I just wanted to do, like I said, a fun little quick comparison between the two. If someone was trying to decide if they want a 2-stage versus a single stage, a curved trigger versus a flat trigger, hopefully this maybe helps you make your mind a little bit. And of course, if you have questions that I didn't cover in this video, you can always ask in the comment section or get a hold of me through any type of social media. I'm on all the major social medias, just links will be down below. But for me, I really do like the CMC trigger. I like the single stage, and I do like the flat face on it. So for me, I'm going with this one. So let me know which ones you guys might choose. Do you like the Geissele? Do you like CMC? Or what other trigger do you like? I know there's a bunch of other options, a bunch of other companies making very nice triggers. So let us know in the comment section down below what's your favorite aftermarket trigger. Would love to hear what you guys have to say. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. And if you have questions, comments, concerns, as always, leave it in the comment section down below, and I'll do my best to get back with you. And before you take off, make sure you do check the description box. I've always got a ton of stuff listed down there. I've got social media links, channel sponsors, a big list of companies for you guys to go show some love to, because they have helped out the channel in one way or another. So go show them guys some love. Let them know that I sent you. I would greatly appreciate that. And as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.